Hello everybody, it's John and I'm from Brisbane. It's a bit warm today. It's a Saturday for me, so as to when this will actually go up, who knows? Maybe might go up Monday next week, but it's a Saturday. There's a nice breeze outside. I've gone and done all my chores for the day, so I've done all the washing. I've done a little bit of gardening, and by little bit, I mean a little bit of gardening. As you can see, I'm a very white person, and me and the sun, as my vampiric state, does not really like getting out in the sunshine very much, I'm afraid. So, yes, I did a little bit of gardening, and of course I had a little bit of help from somebody. Hello? From somebody here. Let's see if he'll come. Oh, you're going to say hello? Oh, he says, Dad, I object. He said, I object severely to this. Did you object to this? He said, I what? Yes, he always objects to the fact that he gets... I con him into coming up to the seat with me because he goes, oh, I'm going to come sit next to Dad. And then he goes, oh, we're making videos. I don't know if you have pets that perform in this way, but this little man, as soon as he sees me with my phone, and my phone points towards him, he decides he's going to become uncooperative. Yes, he becomes unphotogenic. That beautiful picture that I was going to take of him, yes, there you go, you can go back down. That beautiful photo that I was going to take of him and wanted to share with everybody, no, it doesn't, it doesn't happen. Oh, it's a sad life. It's a sad life. But look, honestly, he's the only person who's keeping me relatively sane and alive at the moment. So I don't know how much for how much longer. But anyway, he's a dear man to me, and he's a lot of company. So if you've got your pets, cherish them. They're yes, you are beautiful, aren't you? He says, yes, I know. And my daughter has a dog, has now admitted that she has a dog called Mac, which I thought, oh, that's very nice. Yeah, following from my my Celtic spelling of our surname, and so yes, she has it's a Dachshund cross, or a dash out. Or a little sausage dog, there you go, a sausage dog cross. Seen people always complain about how I call them Dachshunds, but everyone says that's not the correct way of pronouncing it. So if you know the correct way of pronouncing, please let me know, and then I'll probably ignore you. So what am I talking about today? Oh, look, lots of things. There'll probably be a few parts to this video all pieced together. But when I was doing some cleaning up yesterday and searching for stuff, I was trying to find something because somebody had made a political... I'm going to steer clear of anything political, but somebody had made some political comment, and I thought, oh God, that reminds me of something from ages ago. And so I went digging through my and my beautiful wife's record collection. Yes, who remembers records? I remember records. And I still have my records, and I was rather surprised that when was it? It was a number of years ago now. There's a place at Westfield Carindale called Rockaway Records, and I was in there trying to get some record cleaner, because my records, would you believe, my record collection has been sitting in a tin shed for probably since the day I moved into this house, and that was in '98. So, you know, let's say it might have been 4 years ago, maybe a little longer. I think my daughter was still living at home at the time, so it's probably 4 years, maybe a little longer anyway. But we had popped into, so the records had been sitting in this tin shed up against the rising sun side of the shed. Not one record bent. Would you believe it? Not one record bent. None of them are unplayable. And my wife couldn't believe it when I came and told her. I said, "Look, dear," I said, "our records have survived." Because she thought, "Oh, John," she said, they're going to be cactus." It's like the fact that I've still got all the pianola rolls for our. Oh, we used to have a pianola piano that I gave away to a friend of mine for his mother, and of course, but I've kept the pianola rolls. And it's strange because at one stage my mother decided. My mother gave me the pianola. This is decades ago now. My mother gave me the pianola piano, and then decided that she thought that it would be a good idea that I sell the pianola piano, and did so without actually telling me until it had gone into the paper, and I was starting to get telephone calls from people saying, "Oh, look, I'd like to come have a look at your pianola piano." And in the end, actually, it was the only thing people were interested in was the bloody pianola rolls. They weren't actually interested in the piano at all. All they wanted was, "Oh, will you sell the pianola rolls on their own?" I went, "No." And I said, "No, the piano sadly is not for sale." And they got rather shirty over that. But yes, I had a delightful mother. But back to records. So yeah, going through records, and so I went to Rockaway Records, and I was surprised because chatting to the chap, and he said, "Oh, he said, what sort of collection have you got?" And the wife and I explained that we've been collecting for some time, and more or less only stopped when CDs became the standard for the day. So that would have been, I think, mid-80s, because I think we were certainly buying records up to and after we were married. We were married in 85. Yes, I'm back. I had one of those very, very rare occasions. Hang on, I've had to move a few things. Hang on, my little man's back with me. Hello. Yes, he says, "Don't pick me up, Dad." Yes, I've filming away, and my phone, because yes, as you can see, look, why am I doing that for? I guess just it's interesting seeing a huge hand. What am I talking about? I have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh, that's right. What happened? I was blithering away, or waffling away, as I like to do, and a telephone call comes in. Because I do all my recording on my phone. But I was talking about records, wasn't I? It's that long ago, I can't remember what I was talking about. But yes, records. And I found my records. And I must admit, most of the records are my wife's records. So, look, I'll take you down memory lane and show you, as my little dog ignores me. These are, I'll start with my wife's. Some of my, I just thought, oh look, I'll just show a little collection of what my wife's. Andy Gibb. Who remembers old Andy Gibb? Was one of my wife's favourites. Then we had one fairly modern, early 80s. Anyway, it was old Madonna. I think it was early 80s. Can't remember when this album was released. 81. There you go, 81. So, from my wife's collection. Then we're really showing my wife's eclectic. Take that. What's it called? Take It Greasy, old 55. When was this one? 1976. Yes, definitely from my wife's collection. So, yes, and we've got, who remembers old Shakin' Stevens? Yes, that's one of hers. Admittedly, this is one that we shared together because I did enjoy Grease. So Grease was a good one. This was in 78, this one. So that was a good one because the other one that I've got quite a lot of records of hers is for Olivia Newton-John. She loves Olivia Newton-John. and we have a lot of her albums. So, and then there's this one. Who can remember this movie, the pirate movie, which was essentially Pirates of Penzance. So it's curious as to why they didn't call it the Pirates of Penzance. Probably because they thought, oh, it won't sell, or nobody will, you know, it probably won't do well. But who was in that? Christopher Atkins. What did he ever go on to? I can't honestly remember. You know, certainly he was a heartthrob. I can remember he was a heartthrob at the time. And who was the who played the Pirate King? I'm trying to remember. Ted Hamilton. Ted Hamilton was the Pirate King. That's right. So and Christy McNichol. Yeah. So look, honestly, yeah, that was the. It was a double album. How's that up? That was because I love Gilbert and Sullivan, so you'll find that a lot of my music tastes do tend to be along the lines of opera and musicals, but only certain musicals. I don't fancy much of many of the modern ones. So they're my wife's. Now we get on to mine. The BBC did a dramatisation of The Lord of the Rings, and they did an album. This was before I found out they did a release of they released on DVD, no, not on DVD, on CD, the entire dramatisation plus the CD, which was good. So I was stoked at the time because this was done. When was this? This was again 1981. So I was really happy with this. I can remember having to record this. I remember recording the dramatisation on cassette player back in the day. That's the only way I was able to get it. And of course, this has always been my favourite. Oh dear, I'm trying not to get too much glare on it. Is my favourite. There we go. It's my favourite version or interpretation, which has been used by so many other, particularly here in Australia. John English used this version for his production of Pirates of Penzance, followed very closely this, and I've got the I think I have the video for this. It's been, I think it might be a copy of a copy from a video that when we used to have VCRs and were able to copy things, because I've never been able to find it as available. Nobody's ever been able to help me to get it, but it was really it was brilliant because Kevin Kline was the Pirate King. Rex Smith was what's his name? Was oh, this is dreadful. I've listened to it so often and I cannot remember. Just pathetic, aren't I? Pirate King, Samuel, Freddie, Ruth, Major General, Edith, the police, and the cast in appearance. Well, that's interesting. So, Frederick was Rex Smith. Young Frederick. Yeah, sorry, I won't attempt to sing. I've been told I can't sing, and I don't sing very well. But I really do love Linda Ronstadt. They reckoned, I think at the time, they reckoned that Linda Ronstadt doing this killed her career. And I really don't know. But in my opinion, she did us a wonderful service doing Pirates of Penzance, and I've listened to multiple versions done by the Doyley Cart and a couple of other productions. And I've got the Australian production by John English. My wife and I actually went to see the production here in Brisbane at our Performing Arts Theatre. We certainly don't have an opera house. No. But yes, anyway. Yes, I always loved English, still do. But then that's me. Madness. Madness is one of mine, and I tended to follow more English bands than anything else. A lot of my wife's records are Australian, so there's she's more the Australian than I am, seeing I'm not. She likes Australian Crawl and Ted Mullery Gang, and I'm trying to remember them all. But this is it. Today, I don't know of any Australian bands. I can remember Countdown on Channel 2, when Channel 2 and the ABC used to be a decent bloody corporation. But we won't go into that. I also liked collecting, obviously, musicals, and this was a good one. Time really was... There was Time, there was... What were some of the others that I was collecting at the time? No, they've eluded me. But this one had... oh, that's right, Mike Batt's Hunting of the Snark was another one that I loved because of who they had within them. In this case here we had Laurence Olivier and Cliff Richard and Freddie Mercury, Julian Lennon. We had Dionne Warwick and Burt Bacharach. Who can remember Burt Bacharach? I certainly can. Then we had Ashford and Simpson. People won't even know who Ashford and Simpson are. Then there was Murray Head. We had Leo Sayer and Jimmy Helms, John Christie and Stevie Wonder. They were who provided their voices to this. And it's the same thing with the Hunting of the Snark. It was brilliant as well. I can't remember what the actual record one was, but I'm remembering I think it might have been a Royal Performance that they did that had the Hunting of the Snark, and they had Billy Connolly. John Hurt was the narrator, and you had Julian Lennon was in there as well, and it was wonderful. It really was. Billy Connolly and Captain Sensible. Who can remember that? Captain Sensible was... I think it was Captain Sensible. Oh, who knows? Now I'm going to have to go off and listen to it again, because it's a wonderful nonsensical bit of musical that I really do enjoy. And to show you how eclectic my taste is, even as an adult. Yes. Inspector Gadget, the music. I can already hear the music. I can already hear it. I'm not even going to attempt to hum it or try and do it. But that was... when the heck was this produced? Oh, this was actually produced by the ABC. This is an older... Oh, actually more recent. Well, not recent, but this was done in 1986. So this was obviously one that I came across. We had a wonderful record store in the city called the Record Market. I honestly don't even know if it exists anymore. But they had a wonderful second-hand section, as well as obviously selling new music and that, or new albums, etc. And but their second-hand section was marvellous. That you could pick up so many old, the number of times Michelle and I and her cousins, we'd be looking in there, trying to find some music that would appeal to us, because you'd be you'd be pulling out the record to see just oh, you'd look at it and you'd see, oh, they only want $1.99 for this record, and yeah, there you go. Why do they only want $1.99 for it? And you're picking up the record and you're flipping it, trying to see where the scratches are on the album, and there, you know, there you'd find, you know, a dirty big bloody scratch right across the record, and you're thinking, oh, but you're thinking, am I ever going to see this record again? And can I listen? Can I really put up with that every couple of seconds as the music's playing? I think I've got a couple of those sitting in my collection, just for the fact that I can say, look, I've got something as nonsensical. And talking about nonsensical, I love anything that Mel Brooks does, and obviously, and of course, it does offend a lot of people. It doesn't offend me, because Mel Brooks, being a Jew, made the most fun of making fun of. Yes, To Be or Not to Be. That was absolutely hilarious. His, I can remember the music video that came with it, and certainly back in those days, that was the thing that I can remember the wife and I used to always love watching. Was, you know, what bit of performance have they gone and done in relation to the music video coming out? That's, you know, we loved Duran Duran, Spandau Ballet. You know, this is obviously when we were first married. We had MTV was pretty decent. I think it was on Channel 9. Used to be on at ridiculous times. I think on either on a Friday or Saturday night. We might have watched it after Hey Hey It's Saturday. After watching Jackie Mack and I can't even remember his name anymore now. Oh God, I'm getting old. And of course, you know, I just loved any political satire that was available. And of course, today, sorry, political satire is only one way. Where in my day it was, shall we say, not quite back. And of course, my classic was the Goons. Who doesn't love the Goons? But who remembers the Goons of, you know, Peter Sellers and Spike Milligan and Seagoom, Harry Seagoom, Circumference, as he liked to refer to himself as. So look, I've rambled on just about records. I think I might just leave that as my little, I guess, waffle at the moment. Is, look, if you've got a record collection, enjoy it. You can still buy, I was surprised you could still buy record players today, because actually my daughter bought me a record player for Father's Day as a present many years ago. So she's a lovely girl. She looks after it. She loves her father, and her father loves her. She's a beautiful girl. And what about you, mate? We're just about finished with our vlog on records. We could go on for more, but I don't think everybody wants to really listen to our. You know, we've gone on for 15 minutes now, and there's probably another 15 minutes before, so that'll be about a 30-minute video, and I don't think anybody wants another 30 minutes of something else, so we'll probably do another record later. So, another record, yes. Me singing in the shower. That would be an entertaining... Oh, now I'm off. All right, so here we go. Oh, dear. Somebody... Hello. Are we going to... Pretty sad, isn't it? He's... As I said, when he knows that he's going to be on camera, he becomes most uncooperative, don't you? You're going to be cooperative? Hello? Hello? Is there anybody there? Yes? You're my favourite boy, aren't you? And he said, you could have let me go and sleep. Anyway, look, thank you very much for watching my waffle. And Pippin and I, my main producer, who will now, I think, go back to sleep. Going back to sleep? Yes, he's going back to sleep. He wants a tummy rub now. So look, thank you very much for watching. Till next time, goodbye from me, goodbye from him. Signing off, the Honourable John.